That's what we're after. Good morning from Iowa. Well, promising signs. I'm Cody and this is Creation Outdoors, and I'm staying with some good friends in a different part of the state from where I normally live, and things are looking up, I guess. I got a little bit of time here to hunt the next few days here in the middle of October, so hopefully the lull doesn't knock me down, because it did a little bit last year, but hopefully the weather's good. A rain front just moved through, so we're cold, got a good north wind, and seems the deer are on their feet. I've already seen a few does and 2 bucks in the very short drive I have to this piece of public that I'm going to walk in on. Going in blind, going in the dark, but I'm pretty geeked. So I'm gonna finish up gathering some things, and then got a bit of a walk in here, and yeah, don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be good regardless. So pumped. We're in the tree. The blue jays are going crazy over something. This is the most disastrous time in the dark I've ever had. This is actually the third tree I started climbing, so that's how that goes. But good wind cover, kind of at the top of this ridge, and weirdly enough, maybe I set up right by this mowed path or established walking path. I don't know. So it is what it is at this point. But I didn't screw up things too much, because right at first light, 1 minute into shooting light, there was a buck that made a scrape 15 yards away from me. It just rained last night, so that's not surprising that bucks are up on their feet, moving around, freshening up scrapes. But it's overcast. Could not really tell even how big it was. I knew I could tell it was a buck, but other than that, not much. I wouldn't have even been able to get a shot off, really, or at least an ethical shot. So, but that's promising. So hopefully another one swings by and this is the same scrape. But good cold front, north wind, and beautiful fall, beautiful birds, beautiful morning. It's a blessing. It really is, and something to be cherished, and I'm grateful. So we're gonna get comfy cozy here for a few hours. Hopefully some things working. Kind of these ridge lines. There's ag to the north, so anything kind of skirting around that, hopefully will be in business. Slow. So other than that first deer right at first light, a buck of some sort making that scrape, the only other thing I've seen is a stray cat. Big problem, stray cats in America, but that's not what we're after today. So it's about 10, and I think I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes here and then scout my way out of this piece. There's a couple other pieces around here that I want to check out, and one where I think I'll probably end up for this evening. Good strong north wind, so it would set up good for that spot. Again, I've only been looking at maps, so really don't know until I work my way in there. But I'm gonna get out of here, slowly work my way out, and see what else the day brings. Last light, as you can see, but just behind me across this opening saw a big buck. From Iowa. Pretty eventful morning so far. I'm sitting kind of on, there's a ridge behind me, a little kind of over grass hay pasture in front of me, and turkeys flying down from the trees. They were onto me as I was setting up, so I knew it was going to be a busy morning. Just been waiting patiently for them to leave, but did have one fawn also come by already, so that's promising. It's really kind of a pinch on this ridge, so anything really that's running this ridge back and forth, I should be able to see if they don't actually come in front of me and cut this corner of this pasture. So nice morning. Hopes are high. This weird little rain shower is happening right now, but that's fine. The sun is rising over there, not cloudy, and we're in a little bit of a rain shower, but turkeys are finally gone. And not very high in this tree, so two sticks plus up, but that's it. There's a scrape right here in front of me, trail crossing, and like I said before, there's this ridge line behind me, and so anything kind of cutting this corner of this little grass pasture, and I should be able to see anything that is on this ridge because it's not that big behind me. So Certainly would be a good spot during the rut, but we'll see what happens if any shifting happens this morning, especially with this rain, if anybody wants to shift beds. But beautiful morning in the woods. These two flocks of turkeys are literally fighting out here. I've never seen anything like that. It's like two flocks of primarily toms and jakes just going at it. What I was gonna say is that it's been pretty slow. Other than turkeys and that one fawn. So probably gonna get down here, make the late service to church, and be back in the afternoon. I don't know, maybe here, or maybe where I went last night and saw that big buck. To be determined, and we'll see what time it is, because it's a bit of a drive over to that other place. So we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna slowly start packing up. Beautiful day, so can't complain. Back in the tree. Same tree as this morning. It seems like this spot sets up better for an afternoon. Adjusted my set a little bit higher in the tree, off to the side of the tree a little bit more. But hopefully get some movement. Again, come across this ridge, cutting the corner of this pasture. The wind is definitely swirling a little bit more tight though, so hopefully it doesn't mess us up too bad. Tough to say. Certainly a lot of deer sign, fresh scrape running underneath me, lots of trails. I know that other individuals that hunt this area previously say it's a better evening spot, so going off of some other intel tonight, but fingers crossed. Good area, good track record, so high anticipation. Beautiful weather, blessing to be out here regardless. information there, but what I thought was a doe and a fawn came running down off this ridge behind me and stopped over here. I do have a doe tag for this county, so I was getting ready, but then the larger one pinned me. Oh, moving back over here now. No shot. I just spooked one behind me, readjusting, which I think was actually the doe. I think these are maybe 2 fawns. But there's an hour and a half of daylight left, so at least there's deer on their feet. Just need the right one that isn't spooked already coming in. I just had a 12-point buck at 11 yards.
Just looking, it was so I had started recording on my big camera, which was facing the does, because I was like, that's where the shot's gonna happen, right? Because I got a doe tag. And then by the time that the bucks left and I got around to turn the recording off on the big camera, that was 26 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Did you get the bucks on camera?
So no, never on camera, because it was pointing towards the does, and they're 11 yards away. It's like, there's no way I'm gonna like swing the camera over and then
Yeah.
So like, how close is that big buck to you? Like from here?
11 yards.
So from here to that.
That's very close.
Yeah,
like
here.
the wall right there.
Yeah.
Like from here to that wall.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a little.
Maybe it's slightly
little
further.
further.
Yeah.
Wow.
To the
Was
bathroom.
Yeah.
Is that a lane that you would anticipate? Like,
Yes, there's a fence crossing right where he was, and that he was on the other side of the fence, and the branch with leaves on it. Yeah, he was behind it.
So he came in quiet on you.
Oh, I never knew
never-
those bucks were there until they were all within range.
After rain, it's wet out,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the crunchy leaves are soft.
Yeah.
And
You just don't hear a thing.
yeah, you don't hear a thing.
Yeah.
If you hear noise, it's a turkey, a squirrel, or a raccoon.
I
Yeah.
did see some turkeys again tonight.
You did.
Yeah.
You're
So,
wishing you'd have
yeah.
There's a lot of wildlife down there, isn't it?
It was a good night. All right, so a little bit of an odd ending to this video, but due to a file issue, this is what has to be done. And it's quite the story and helpful for context. So I had that large group of does and fawns coming in to the one side of me, and I've got a doe tag for that county, as I mentioned before, so I was getting all prepared to hopefully try and harvest one of those does. And the wind was a little bit swirly, so they were certainly on to me, and I was really focused on them. But as that lead doe was kind of spooky coming into the field and kind of looking over on the ridge in front of me at that point, because I was all turned around in the saddle. I had my my tether kind of over my shoulder, I looked up, and up on that ridge, ending up like face to face to me, was a little 6-pointer. So I was like, okay, cool. And all of a sudden I heard this super visceral, deep, just grunt. And I was like, wow, good job. You really got it in you, little guy. Up on the hill behind him was a little bit larger 8-point, and then I caught movement down very close to that fence crossing, and there's that one branch that comes across, and on the other side of that branch I just see tines. And the biggest buck I've ever had in bow range. Weird to say this, but an actual 12-point buck was in bow range of me. I couldn't move the camera. I was pinned between the does. I tried to move around. The doe, that lead doe, spooked off, as you saw, and then as the larger buck ended up trying to just kind of leave a little bit, I drew, and that little buck caught me and bounded off. That big buck, I don't think I ever really spooked him. I don't think he ever had a clue what was going on, even. He kind of just wandered off, which is good. I didn't really ruin it too much. And actually, I think I saw him moving across the field right at last light, so he wouldn't have done that if he was too spooked. But great day in the woods, awesome deer encounters, lots of deer, so what more can you ask for? I don't know. It's going to haunt me forever, but I don't know really what else I could have done. There's just too good of a spot. Too many deer, not enough wind. I guess that's bow hunting. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, because I ended up hunting the next day. Another pretty full day in the woods. So watch out for that video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.